There was an interview that Chris Wallace did recently with Misty Copeland, which I didn't really pay too much attention to. She's somebody who's done incredible things by being a black ballerina. And I apologise for not taking a stronger notice in it. And the only reason that it suddenly has popped up because I've just been looking at the problems that the mayor of Baltimore has faced. Not because the bridge has collapsed and he's had to do a lot of press conferences. He's just literally had to be one of the voices of the officials, updating everybody, but because he's a black mayor. Now, I know you may think, what are you on about? And I'm looking at this thinking, I've just missed something. I really, really have. So I'll let you see the clips together. React in any way you like in the comment section.
Were you ever asked to lighten your skin or to shade your nose to look, I hate to say it, but to look more white?
Yes, and this is something that has been going on for generations and generations with black and brown dancers in the classical ballet world. They make you lighten your skin, and that's something that, the conversation has evolved, to kind of change what that means.
What kept you going through all the naysaying?
I've had a transformative, life-changing experience by having ballet, having the arts, having live music a part of my life.
Here you are dancing one of the great roles in ballet, and that is the lead in Swan Lake. You've said, though, that you had a lot of self-doubt taking on that part. Why?
Yeah, I think about this kind of generational trauma for black dancers that come with that role. We've been told for so many, decades and generations that the swan should be white, that that's not a role that can be played by a black or brown woman. Or if my artistic excellence isn't up to someone's standards, that maybe there won't be another black woman at American Ballet Theater who's given this opportunity. But, with a lot of support that I've had from incredible mentors in my life, have allowed me to understand that being an artist is about being yourself. It's about bringing yourself to these things, to these roles, and making them your own.
In 2015, you became the first African-American woman to be a principal dancer at American Ballet Theater, and you've been called the Jackie Robinson of ballet. How do you feel about that comparison?
That's a lot of pressure. I understand, what I mean for the black community in particular, to be the first in my company. And to me, it's not just about being the first. There have been so many black women who have done incredible things for the ballet community, the ballet world, but haven't been acknowledged. And I feel that that really is my purpose. I feel that that really is what I'm meant to be doing.
But whether you like it or not, you were a groundbreaker. You were a trailblazer. How much resistance did you meet?
Yeah, it's been extremely difficult. I spent the first decade of my professional career with American Ballet Theater, the only black woman in the company, a company of almost 100 dancers. Of course, I've experienced, difficulties being a black woman when you stand out, especially in the corps de ballet, when it's supposed to look uniform and everyone kind of, in the same tones, wearing pink tights, which represent the color of your skin. And that wasn't always the case. I mean, there were times that I was not cast in certain roles because I would stand out too much and kind of ruin the aesthetic.
Everyone, this is a unthinkable tragedy. We have to, first and foremost, pray for all of those who are impacted, those families. Pray for our first responders and thank them, all of them working together, city, state, local, to make sure that we
allow you, Mayor Scott, if you choose to do so, to respond to the tomfoolery and attacks on you for having the nerve to be black and also a mayor.
Well, I think, listen, I know, and we all know, and you know very well, that black men and young black men in particular have been the boogeyman for those who are racist and think that only straight, wealthy white men should have a say in anything. We've been the boogeyman from them since the first day they brought us to this country. And what they mean by DEI, in my opinion, is duly elected incumbent. We know what they want to say, but they don't have the courage to say the N-word. And the fact that I don't believe in their untruthful and wrong ideology, and I am very proud of my heritage and who I am and where I come from, scares them, because me being at my position means that their way of thinking, their way of life of being comfortable and suffering, and while everyone else suffers, is going to be at risk, and they should be afraid, because that's my purpose in life.
And by the way, you know, the coded racism, before we even knew the nationalities of the men, Maria Bartiromo was out there talking about open borders and trying to somehow signal that they wanted to go after the brown people too, because of course that is their other target. We know that the men who were doing this hard construction work overnight, trying to fix the potholes on this bridge, working very hard, were Latino. And so that's now on the table too. We know that this ship, which came from Singapore, was piloted by a very heroic crew from India whose Mayday call saved lives, not maybe saved lives, but did. So this is a full-throated attack. But this is also what America is. It is people of multiple races who do the hard work to make America work and literally make it work.
And the people questioning Brandon Scott weren't just some randoms. It was again and again and again. How is this person mayor? Baltimore's actual mayor. And are those, and they do appear to be on the Trumpy side of things, are they saying that if you're black, you can't be a mayor? I'm just asking them because that's kind of past me. And that's a new low shock for me, that you would think that there's a national emergency, excuse me, people have lost their lives, and all you're worried about, your main concern is that you rush to social media, you need to make a statement just illustrating your own dumbness, your own xenophobia, because you're upset that the person who's giving the information, showing empathy, showing compassion, showing that they're doing what they're elected to do, happens to be black, and you make a statement about this? Wow.
How long is it going to take to rebuild this, Mayor?
I think right now, sir, listen, we shouldn't even be having that discussion right now. The discussion right now should be about the people, the souls, the lives that we're trying to save. There will be a time to discuss about a bridge and how we get a bridge back up. But right now, there are people in the water that we have to.
Y'all think we don't know what you mean when you say DEI? We know what you mean. We know what you mean.